Hello everyone, this is Elizabeth Connor Stewart again with the Mecklenburg chapter in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I am going to show you how to do a split stitch. So what I have done is secured my thread in the way that I showed you in the getting started video. I have come up on the design line and I'm going to do a regular back stitch, just one simple stitch. Then I advance my needle forward on the design line, and instead of putting the stitch next to the stitch that I've already created, I am going to take my needle through the middle of the first stitch, essentially splitting that first stitch. Then pull your thread all the way through, advance to the left, and then split your stitch that you just made. So you are overlapping your stitches. This is basically a back stitch, and you are just going to overlap your stitches with your second stitch splitting the first stitch that you've made, and so on from there. This is a great stitch for outlining shapes and providing detail. So this is really just a very versatile stitch, and it's easy and quick to do. I think it would actually look really nice on the DAR letters in black. You could also do that as a back stitch or stem stitch depending on how you'd like to move forward with this project. But I do think a simple split stitch looks really nice that way. So I am just going to go ahead and speed up the video a little bit. As you can see, I am going to stitch all the way along this outer edge of the flag stripe. When you come to a curve, I suggest taking slightly smaller stitches. It's easier to navigate a curve smoothly when you have smaller stitches. So as you can see, I'm just going to continue all the way along the shape. I'm using 2 strands of floss here. I wouldn't recommend using anything more than that. You really don't want this edge to be too pronounced. It's essentially to give you some tension and guide for when you are going to be putting your satin stitch along the, across the actual body of the stripe. And I'm going to put my final stitch in, and then I'm going to show you how I like to secure my thread when I'm finished. An embroidery hoop can be quite tight sometimes, and if you finish off with just a handful of seating stitches, I think it's a lot easier and much more convenient. So I'm just going to do a handful of stitches, and then I'm going to bring my thread to the front. When I feel that it's secure, 2 to 3 stitches is more than enough. Then I'm going to snip off my thread and get ready for the next step. This will complete our split stitch tutorial. I hope you enjoyed learning this practical, fun, and quick stitch, perfect for outlines and offering detail in a very simple way for your embroidery design. Please take a look at our other YouTube videos for additional stitches. Thank you so much for watching, and happy stitching.